पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोर्भूतं यथा निद्रया साक्षात्कृते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगति तं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यभिमः योगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये स्फुरणं सदात्मकमसत्कल्पार्थकं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति वेदवचसा यो बोधयत्याश्रितान् यत्साक्षात्करणात् भवेन्न पुनरावृत्तिर्भवाम्भोनिधौ स्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नानाच्छिद्रगडोदरस्थितमः दीपप्रभाभास्वरम् ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकरणद्वारा बहिस्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भान्तमनुभाते तत्समस्तं जगत् मयि श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये अहं प्राणमपीन्द्रियाण्यपि चलां बुद्धिं च शून्यं विदुः स्त्रीबालान्धजटोपमास्त्वहमिति भ्रान्ता वृषं वादिनः मायाकल्प्यालकल्पितमहा व्यामोहसंहारिणे तस्मै श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये दिवाकरेन्दुसदृशः मायासमाच्छादनात् प्रागत्स्वाप्समिति प्रबोधसमये यप्रत्यभिज्ञायते तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बाल्यादिष्वपि जाग्रतादिषु तथा सर्वास्वस्थास्वपि व्यावृत्तास्वनुवर्तमानमहमित्यन्तःस्फुरन्तं सदा स्वात्मानं प्रकटीकरोति भजतां यो मुद्रया भद्रया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये चं पश्यति कार्यकारणतया स्वस्वामि सम्बन्धतः शिष्याचार्यतया तथैव पितृपुत्राध्यात्मना भेदतः स्वप्ने जाग्रति वाय एष पुरुषः मायापरिभ्रामितः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये भास्वनिलो निलुम्भरमहर् नादो हिमं शुप्पुमान् तिचराचरात्मकमिदं अमूर्त्यष्टकम् न्यत्किञ्चन विद्यते विमर्शतां यस्मात् परस्मात् विभो तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये सर्वात्मत्वमिति स्फुटीकृतमिदं स्मादमुष्मिन्स्तवे तेनास्य श्रवणात् तदर्थदमनात् ध्यानाच्च सङ्कीर्तनात् सर्वात्मत्वमहाविभूतिसहितं स्यादीश्वरत्वं स्वतः सिद्धेत्तत्पुनरष्टधा परिणतं च ऐश्वर्यमव्याहतम् ऐश्वर्यमव्याहतम् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. So we are on the third. So we are on the third. It's working? Huh? Yeah. Volume. Huh? No? Hariom. இருக்கா? இல்லை, இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் வால்யூம். அது கொஞ்சம் இந்த பக்கம் போட்டு. ஹரியோ. ஸ்டில். So, yasyaiva spuranam sadatmakamasatkalpartakam bhasate sakshat tattvamasiti vedavachasam yo bodhayatyashritan yas sakshat karanat bhaven na punaravrittir bhavambho nidhau तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं दक्षिणामूर्तये. In this verse, Shankaracharya brings out Mahavakyartha of the Upanishad. Mahavakya being Tattvamasi. The word Tat that indicates Paramatma. The word Tvam indicates Jivatma. And the word Asi indicates their Aikyam. And therefore, Mahavakyartha is Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam. Means what? You and Bhagavan. What? Say. Happy? But it doesn't look like you are convinced. Isn't it? So, it's nice to hear, that's all. But that conviction has not come. That is because the Shraddha in Shastra is not firm. So, Shastrasya Guruvakyasya Satyabuddhi Sa Shraddha. So, unless we have complete Shraddha in the words of the Shastra, that is why that Nisargadatta Maharaj, his Guru told him, you are that. And he had complete faith. He was not educated or anything, but he had that complete faith in the words of his Guru. Therefore, he could realize it. Look at his story in the Ramayana also. Shabari. Shabari had complete faith in the words of her Guru, that the meaning of the mantra will come to you. And she had complete faith. So years passed by, still she did not lose that faith. And that much faith we should have. Then only Tattvamasi will work. Otherwise you may hear 100 times, but nothing happens. And we say that, what is that? These Mahatmas, they have no other job. So therefore, Paramatma is popularly known as Tat Padartha, and Jivatma is generally referred to as Tvam Padartha. And what is that Paramatma we analyzed in the last class? Paramatma is presented as the very existence which pervades the whole creation. Tat Sadeva Saumya Idamagra Asid. So, Chandogya Upanishad defines Paramatma or Brahman as the very existence itself. Now the problem is we cannot think without existence. That is our problem. That's why we can't think there is something that is away from existence. Because first you have to exist for yourself. Then only, and everything in this creation as what? First thing is existence. Everything. The star is, the sun is, the moon is, and the tree is, the plant is, the animal is, the human being is. Everything is. That isness is removed. You cannot remove also. That's another problem. How can you remove? To remove, you have to stand on something else, right? And that is what? Non-existence. So, this is our difficulty. So, we have to, that's why Sukshmaya Buddhya, it is always a sharp buddhi is required. Otherwise, we will not be able to appreciate the subtlety of it. So, Chandogya Upanishad defined Paramatma as Sat and Jivatma as Chit. So this is the small difference. Chaitanyam. Because the enlivening factor is visible in Jivatma. Remember sunlight example. Sunlight is manifest upon my hand. When you are looking at the hand, and therefore the hand becomes the manifesting medium for the sunlight. When I remove the hand, the surviving sunlight is not recognized. Not because of its absence, but because of the lack of manifesting medium. Thus, Paramatma is the all-pervading existence. And therefore, to understand the Paramatma, you take the world, remove the world part intellectually. Physically you cannot remove. And retain the existence part only. This is called Bhagatyaga Lakshana. Therefore, take the world and remove the world part and retain the existence part of the world. Just as you understand the sunlight without mixing it with any object. Similarly, you understand the pure existence as Paramatma. That is why we say Vedanta requires Sukshma Buddhi. because we have to appreciate the formless and all-pervading existence by itself without association of nama and rupa. And similarly, you have to understand Jivatma also as the consciousness pervading all the bodies. The consciousness which does not have any form. Thus, formless existence on one side of the equation, formless consciousness on the other side of the equation. Formless existence is tatpada lakshyartha. Formless consciousness is tvampada lakshyartha. And what does the Upanishad say? Formless existence is identical with formless consciousness. Nirakara satta. So every object has got two things. Now Gurudev's commentary, if you read, you will see that one is satta and spurti. Satta and spurti. These two things are there. So this is based on Manasollasa, commentary by Sureshwaracharya. Gurudev have completely followed that in his commentary. That's why you will see it is not like his usual style. This, especially the Dakshinamurthy Stotram commentary, is very hard. Otherwise, Gurudev commentary is very easy to read. But this one you will feel very difficult. That's because he followed strictly Manasollasa. So there is a term he used there, satta spurti. So that is what it is. What is satta is existence. Spurti is consciousness. That's the idea. That is why and to appreciate this we have to have a subtle buddhi. To conceive both of them is extremely difficult, and that is why before coming to Vedanta itself, in the Upasana Kandam of the Veda, which is a disciplining section, they prescribe a meditation called Akasha Upasana. Akasha Upasana was given when? Where? Anybody remembers? It was given in Taittiriya Upanishad. Tat brahmana parimara ityupasita paryenam riyante dvishanda sapat parye priya bhadruvya. Long time. So many things happen afterwards, right? They call Akasha Upasana. See, Akasha Upasana is very important to expand our mind. So, the Akasha Upasana also there is another Upasana, the meditation technique also we use to expand our mind is the focusing the mind on one particular form, that is beginning. Then Virat Upasana is there. Aneka Rupa Upasana. So when you start thinking about Virat Rupa of Bhagavan, then what happened? Your mind gains expansion. So that expanded mind alone will be able to appreciate the all-pervading nature of Bhagavan. So Akasha, the concept of Akasha, because Akasha Upasana also the problem is, You can do Akasha Upasana with form only. Even if I say, think of Akasha, what do you think? It will be like a dome, right? A canopy. No, that is not Akasha. So we have to remove that also. That formless nature of Paramatma, Akasha, because that is, Akasha is not Bhagavan, but that is the closest example we have. Upanishads learn to conceive of as something that survives even when all the objects are removed. Learn to conceive of empty space. That's why in Buddhism they have this practice, meditation, shunya, upasana, empty space. And they have to imagine they are drinking from an empty cup of tea.
No, there should be no cup also then.
No.
There should be no cup also for them.
No. You have to imagine there is that emptiness. That is the idea. Don't start detailing in our... What is the purpose of meditation? So, in practicing that meditation, you can develop a sukshma buddhi, which can conceive of a formless entity. Similarly, formless existence is Paramatma. Formless consciousness is Jivatma. Tattvamasi reveals the existence and consciousness. They are not two separate things. Existence is consciousness. Consciousness is existence. This is what the Upanishad says. Now the next question is, okay, I am able to conceive that existence pervades every object, and that is why the object is, pen is, book is, man is, etc. I am able to appreciate the easiness because of existence. And similarly, I talk about the sentient body, sentient sense organs, etc. because of association of consciousness with the body. Now, if the body and world are removed, pure existence and the pure consciousness must be remaining. Because you say existence survives even when the world goes. Consciousness survives even when the body perishes. Now the question is, how can I appreciate the pure existence consciousness without association of an object? I am able to appreciate them along with object and body. Got it? I am able to appreciate existence with object. I am able to appreciate consciousness with body. Once the object is removed and the body is removed, pure, formless, existent consciousness. How am I to know? You know what is the reason? The Upanishad says it is because you yourself are that pure consciousness existence. It being the very subject itself, It is never available for objectification. The one who has to know is the person. Who has to know existent consciousness, pure existent consciousness, free from body and the object. Who has to know? That person is the person we are talking about. Therefore, that pure existent consciousness is you, the very subject itself, and therefore Tattvam Asi. It is not something meant for objectification. It is meant for understanding. As myself. Thus the Upanishad reveals the existence, consciousness, identity through the Mahavakyam that is said in this sloka. Look at the sloka now. Yasyaiva spuranam. Yasya here means Paramatmana. Tat padarthasya. That Paramatma spuranam, manifestation in the world is sadatmakam, is in the form of existence. When you look at the world, how Paramatma pervades in the form of existence. When you look at a human being or living being, Paramatma is in the form of consciousness. So in every object, Paramatma's manifestation in the world is in the form of easiness in everything. When I say wall is, the easiness part is Paramatma. When I say chair is, easiness part is Paramatma. The formless, all-pervading easiness is the manifestation of Paramatma. And where is it available? Asat Sat Kalparthakam. Asat Kalparthakam. And that existence is manifest in Padartha. Asat Kalparthakam, there is another reading. Asat Sankalparthakam. No, Asat Satkalparthagam. Gam. So gam instead of kam, gam is another reading. Which is easier reading. Asat Kalparthagam means located in, manifest in the medium of artha. Artha means padartha. Every object, and what type of object? Asat kalpa. Asat kalpa means what? Mithya. An unreal thing is called asat kalpa. Literally, asat means as good as non-existence. Not non-existence. Kalpa means as good as. So the world also you cannot say bilkul non-existent, you cannot say, isn't it? Totally non-existent you cannot say. But at the same time you cannot say it is existence. This is our problem. Now our quantum physics have proved it now. So now you people will be very happy. If our Upanishad says, But a scientist, quantum physicist says, it is authoritative, isn't it? That is our orientation. What can we do? Any unreal thing is as good as non-existent. Fake money you got, you assume. Fake money you have, but being fake and unreal, having unreal money is as good as having no money, isn't it? That's why when our government declared that the 500 rupee note is no more valid, so what happened? They were using it for wrapping mumfali. Mumfali, you know. In the seashore, the beach and all, if you go to Marina Beach and all that, they sell this. That was the attraction there. Hot mumfali will give. So, therefore, asatkalpa means as good as not there, which means mithya. And therefore, asatkalpartha means mithya padartha. And what do you mean by mithya padartha? Every object in the creation is called mithya padartha, including ourselves. And that mithya padartha, Paramatma, is manifest. That mithya padartha looks real. Why? Because Paramatma manifests as ease. When you say snake is, the rope snake is mithya padartha. And easiness is the manifestation of the rope. We need not go that deep. So the Paramatma is manifest in mithya padartha as ease. Therefore, Paramarthanaha sadatmakam spuranam. In the form of existence with capital E, asatkalparthakam, present in every object, bhasate, mean is experienceable for all. Is experienceable for all. It is exactly like sunlight is experienceable for all of you upon every object. As what? Reflected sunlight. Pure sunlight you cannot see. Reflected sunlight only we are able to see. Manifest sunlight is experienceable on everybody. So when I am looking at your face, not only I am seeing your face, I am also seeing your face bathed in light. Generally we forget that. What is there? We will say face. I am never experiencing the pure face. I am experiencing the formed face which is bathed in the formless sunlight. Looking at this, I am experiencing the formed mic stand bathed in formless light. Similarly, Vedanta says when you say chair is, you are experiencing the formed chair which is soaked in what? The formless existence. Very sukshma buddhi is required to understand asatkalparthakam bhasate. Satkalparthakam bhasate. Asatkalparthakam bhasate, satkalparthakam bhasate. So, in the asatkalparthakam, what is bhasate? Sat is bhasate. what makes the snake upon the rope real? The easiness of rope. Suppose there was nothing, will you be able to see a snake?
Imaginary. Imaginary.
But you imagine also there must be a base, no? So unless there is a post, you can't think of a ghost there. Now the question is, how can I experience that existence in its pure form? I am experiencing the existence along with object, adulterated existence. I am enjoying. But I want to appreciate or experience unadulterated, pure existence. Nama Rupa Rahita Satta. I want to experience. The Upanishad says, Sakshat Tattvamasi. Iti Veda Vachasa. Tattvamasi. The pure existence you will never experience. Why? You can experience only adulterated existence. Our Gurudev's famous example is there. In olden time, Bharat, now Bharat is very common to South Indian wedding also. Parking lot they will start. So there will be a horse and then this bridegroom will come on that horse. And it always in the night only, wedding and all mostly in the night. Nowadays it is in the unholy time. 1 o'clock in the afternoon is the Muhurta. I don't know. Oh, that also Saturday.
Weekend is easy.
Saturday nobody gets married generally in India. But here, because everything is weekend only, so this even festivals also weekend only. Anyway, so this those days there was no electricity, so they had this Petromax. So this person was asked to carry this Petromax. So what was his duty? His duty was, wherever there is darkness, you should go and stand there.
And find the dark.
Now this man is walking around with this light on and tried to figure out where is darkness. Will he ever see? The whole night he was walking. Look for darkness. Will he find it? Never. That is our problem. Exactly like that is our problem. I am that existence and I am looking for existence. Will I ever find it? Sakshat Tattvamasi. You can experience only adulterated existence. The pure existence cannot be experienced. Why? Tattvam Asi. Pure existence is none other than you. What type of you? The formless consciousness principle. Formless consciousness principle. Tumpada Lakshyartha. Tumpada Lakshyartha. Vachyartha is you. That is Jiva. Jiva means what? The body, mind, intellect, aggregate. But what is the Lakshyartha? Paramatma. Consciousness is the Lakshyartha. You mean not the body? Body is also not pure existence. Body is adulterated existence with body, nama, rupa. When I say you cannot take the mind also. Mind is also not pure existence. It is existence associated with mind, nama, rupa. You cannot even take the thought because thought is also not pure existence. But it is existence associated with thought form. Then what type of you? You, the pure consciousness, which is the experiencer of the thought, which is witness of the body, witness of the mind, witness of the thought. That I, the Sakshi Chaitanyam, am the pure existence. And the Sakshi Chaitanyam is called Jivatma. And Aham, the Sakshi Chaitanyam, Jivatma eva Shuddha Satta Rupa Paramatma Asmi. This is called Aham Brahmasmi. The teacher says Tattvamasi. And what should the student say? He also should not say Tattvamasi. And when the student receives it, he should convert it into Aham Brahmasmi. How will it be? The pure existence and consciousness without any nama rupa. How will it look like? I am not able to conceive at all. Better you do not conceive. If you conceive, what happened? You have to deliver. Again it will become an object, isn't it? You can conceive only with a form, isn't it? So that is the work of our teaching. Shastra's work is what? To remove all concepts and never allow the mind to go this way or that way. If you need some example which is nearest to the pure consciousness existence, we have only two examples. One is the space. Space is not pure existent consciousness, but is the nearest example of pure Satchidatma. That is one example. The second example is obtaining in the deep sleep state. You obtaining in deep sleep state is the nearest example for pure existence consciousness without name and form. And therefore try to conceive of space, try to conceive of yourself obtaining in sleep. And similar to that is I, the pure existence consciousness. And therefore the teacher said, Tattvam asi iti sakshat bodhayati. Up to this is within quotation, beginning from Yasyaiva Spuranam. Two sentences. Paramatmanaha Sadatmakam Spuranam Asatkalpartakam Bhasate. Sentence number 1. Tattvamasi, sentence number 2. Both of them are within quotation, and Shankaracharya says in this form, as given in quotation, Guruhu Sakshat Bhodayati. Yaha means Guruhu. Yaha Sakshat Bhodayati, directly reveals. Paramartha Tattvam. And what is the significance of the word Sakshat? It has a very important technical significance. Normally when we describe something, the words gives only the indirect knowledge. That is called verbal knowledge. Indirect knowledge, paroksha jnanam. And we get a concept of the object when we hear the description, like the description of Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri, Kailas or Manasarovar. Words give secondary knowledge. That is what they call book knowledge. And this book knowledge has to be converted into direct experience later. When I go to Kailas or Gangotri, the book knowledge is converted into experiential knowledge. That experiential knowledge is called aparoksha jnanam. Okay. Now, normally, words give indirect knowledge, which has to be converted into direct knowledge by effort. This is our general experience. And when a student comes to Vedanta class, he listens to the teaching with the same orientation. I am receiving book knowledge from Guru. It is only book knowledge. It is only indirect knowledge. Later I have to meditate and get that direct experience of Brahman. This is the general conception of a student. What is learned in the class is only book knowledge, and after meditation one should realize this is the postponing tendency, postponing of direct knowledge. Here Shankaracharya says, in the case of Brahman, these two divisions are not there. Two divisions in the form of book knowledge and direct experience. The division is not there in the case of Brahman. Why we do not have this division? It is not there because in the case of Gangotri, Kailas, Badrinath, what is the difference? The object is away from you. Unless you make a trip, it will not become aparoksha. But here in the case of Brahman, what is that? It's right here. It is you. It is not an experienced object. Paramatma is not an inexperienced object, because Paramatma is existence. Existence is consciousness, and consciousness is experienced or inexperienced. Experienced or inexperienced? Conscious. Hey, you people are conscious, right? I hope you are not sleeping. Still, I have not experienced consciousness. Can you say that? Every experience is taking place because of ever experienced consciousness. So, because it is all the time self-evidently experienced. And even when you say, I do not experience anything, you say that because of consciousness, in deep sleep. Therefore, Paramatma is all the time experienced as aham, 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 as a conscious being. And I am talking about the ever experienced Paramatma. How can you say that I have understood the ever-experienced Paramatma? I am only waiting for Paramatma experience. I have understood ever-experienced Paramatma. Now I want to experience it. If he says, Dabrameva vimonam tam vetha. The Upanishad says, if you say that, your understanding is very little. Means not understood.
It's as good as that.
Eh?
It's as good as that.
Yeah. That means he has not heard the teacher properly. Vedanta is not understood properly. If a student listens to properly, the Shravanam itself is direct experience. There is no question of getting an experience later, because of Vedanta is dealing with ever-experienced Atma Chaitanyam. If you don't get it one time listening, listen more, that's all. And when the listening equipment, that is mind, is not ready, prepare the mind. That is different. So upasana and meditation and all that is not condemned. It is necessary to prepare the mind. But Ishvara Sakshatkara is not as a result of meditation. And therefore the teacher says Sakshat means directly. He reveals without expecting the student to realize later. I am not saying this, Shankaracharya says this, okay? And Shankaracharya says because Upanishad says. And if the student tends to postpone, he repeatedly removes that notion when will Brahma Anubhava come? If the student asks, the teacher will reprimand the student and say, do not wait for Brahma Anubhava. Brahma is Nitya Prakasha Rupaha. Therefore, Sakshat Bodhayati. Bodhyayati. Directly reveal. Whom does he reveal? Ashritan bodhayati. Adane. What is the words? At Sakshat Karanat, okay, Sakshat Tattvamasiddhi Veda Vachisa Yo Bodhayatyashritan. Ashritan Bodhayati. Ashritan means Shishyaha. Those who have surrendered to the Guru is called Shishya. Those who are dependent on him for what? Knowledge. Because he is the pramanam. So Guru Sakshat Bodhayati. How? Tattvam Tattvamasi Vachasa. Tattvamasi iti Vachasa. Through the Mahavakyam Tattvamasi. And how did he get the knowledge? Did he get through intuition? The intuition is another thing. You sit in samadhi, intuition is developed and direct realization take place. Is it like that? Shankaracharya says, no, we do not believe in intuition. We do not believe in intuition, we believe in tuition. See the difference? We do not believe in intuition, but we believe in tuition. So if Guru has the knowledge, he did not get through intuition, Vedavachasa. He got it through the Vedas taught by his Guru. And how did he get that knowledge? Not through intuition, by Shabda Pramana, handed down by the Guru. When did the whole thing start? It started from the creation started. And when did creation start? Anadi. Therefore, as Anadi as the creation is the parampara of teaching. This teaching tradition also Anadi. With the help of this tradition, the Guru reveals. That is why in our tradition, always the Shastra or Parampara is given more importance than the person. In our tradition, no single Acharya is given more importance. Because Acharya get Acharya Sthanam because of the Parampara. If you focus on the Acharya more and the tradition becomes secondary, it becomes a cult. Hinduism never values or allows a cult to come. There are so many cults going on now. Shankaracharya is never more great or greater than the Parampara. Vyasa is never greater. Any Acharya if you take, once you give more importance to an Acharya, it becomes a cult. And therefore what is important? Not the person, it is the tradition. That is why our prayers is also what? Narayanam Padmabhuvam Vasishtam Shaktincha Tatputra Parasharimcha etc. Therefore, Veda Vajasa Bhodayati Ashritan. Now, what do I get out of this knowledge? Till now I thought I am the physical body, the formed body. Now I have learned that I am not the body with consciousness, but I am the consciousness. Temporarily functioning through the body. Not only I am the consciousness, lending sentiency to the body, I am the existence, lending existence to the world also. Now where am I? I alone give two things, Chaitanyam to the body, existence to the world. And having given these two, the body becomes subject, world become object. All the transaction takes place. All the transactions are possible because I lend Sat to the world. And I lend Chit to the body. By lending Sat and Chit, the world drama I allow to go on. And if you find it difficult to conceive it, that I am lending Sat and Chit to the world, you imagine dream. In the dream world, I alone lend consciousness to the dream individual. I alone lend existence to the dream world. Lending Sat and Chit, I allow the dream drama to go on. Similarly, by lending Sat and Chit, I allow the world drama to go on. Vishwam darpada drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam. Now what is the advantage of this vision? Shankaracharya, yat sakshat karanad. Yat again means Paramatma. Paramatma sakshat karanad. Paramatma sakshat karanad. By this aparoksha jnanam, this direct knowledge of Paramatma that I am the Satchidatma, the advantage is punaha na avartihi. So punaravrittihi na bhavet. There is no question of punarjanma itself for that jnani. Punaravrittihi is not there for that jnani. Where bhavambho nidhau, reservoir of water. Nidhau means reservoir. Ambo nidhau means reservoir of water, ocean. And what type of ocean? Bhava ambho nidhau. Bhava sagara, the ocean of becoming, the ocean of change. The ocean of asti jayate vardhate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyati iti. Shat vigaras. Ocean of change. Bhava means to be. Bhubhava. I want to be different. That is called samsara. That means you are not able to accept as you are. You want to be something different. And that makes you unhappy. And then what is that? You will feel happy only in a future condition. Means we are postponing happiness. So it is that you think that you will be happier tomorrow. But tomorrow, that every time when the tomorrow becomes today, again tomorrow is away, isn't it? Why not you be happy now? And why do we say jnani does not have rebirth? In fact, jnani will say rebirth question comes only when there is first birth. Whenever anything happens second time, use the prefix the rekindling, rewriting, once writing, again and again writing. The question of rebirth comes only when you accept birth. Jnani knows I am the Satchidatma, in which everything is born, whereas I myself am not subject to birth and death. As our Gurudev Stotram start with Ajaya Namaha. In me, the eternal existence consciousness, the sharirams are born and they go, but I myself not subject to birth itself. Where is the question of rebirth? As long as you have got a doubt whether you will be reborn or not, it means that you have not understood Vedanta. The doubt regarding rebirth comes because you have taken for granted that I have a birth. Suppose you say, Swamiji, I am not worried about my rebirth. I know I am Satchidatma. You have taught me. And I somehow managed to understand. I know Sat is unborn, Chit is unborn. Swamiji, I am worried about my Sukshma Shariram. Now I ask you the question, my Sukshma Shariram means which one you are referring to? Because when you say my belonging to me means with me, which me? Me, the all-pervading consciousness, which Sukshma Shariram belong to you, you can never worry about a particular Sukshma Shariram. As long as you are worried about a particular Sukshma Shariram, you have not owned up the all-pervading Atma. The moment I have owned up the all-pervading Atma, I am never worried about a particular Sukshma Shariram. Millions of Sukshma Sharirams are there. Different Sukshma Shariram get merged at different times. Why am I bothered about its merger and its non-merger? And therefore, if I have understood Vedanta, I should never worry about Punarjanma. I should never worry about Videha Muktihi. And therefore, Ambho Nidhau Punaravartihi na bhavati tasmai bhavambho nidhau. To that Paramatma, by knowing which one is free from Punarjanma, to that Paramatma who is Dakshinamurthy, none other than Dakshinamurthy and Guru Murtaye, who is none other than my own Guru, my Namaskaram. Therefore, Paramatma is Dakshinamurthy. Dakshinamurthy is my Guru. Therefore, through my Guru, I offer my Namaskaram to Paramatma. So, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. With this Mahavakyam, topic is over. What is Mahavakya? The equation Sat is equal to Chit is Mahavakya. Sat is crushing the world. By crushing the individual, crushing not physically, okay. You put in the intellectual mixie, pure Chit will come. Put the world also in another mixie. Pure Sat will come. Sadeva Chit, Chideva Sat. Mahavakya is over. Really speaking, Dakshinamurthy Stotram main teaching is over. With the first three verses. Later verses are mere a commentary on these three alone. Now we'll go to the fourth one. Nana Chitra Gatotarastita Maha Deepa Prabha Bhaswaram Jnanam Yasyatu Chakshuradigarana Dvara Bahispandate Janamiti Tameva Bhantamanubha Tetas Samastam Jagad Tasmai Sri Dakshinamurtaye. One more important verse. Until we recognize the identity of the Jivatma and Paramatma, we use these separate expression. Chit is known as Jivatma. Sat is known as Paramatma. And these two separate words we use until we discover the fact that Sadeva Chit, Chideva Sat. Until we recognize that both are one, we have to remove the adjectives, Jiva and Parama. Because as long as you retain the adjectives in the mind, there will be thought of difference. Therefore, remove the adjective Jiva and remove the adjective Parama. There is only one Atma which is named as Jivatma as well as Paramatma. When you focus upon the Atma from Sat aspect, it is called Paramatma. When you focus upon the Atma from the Chit aspect, you use the word Jivatma. But both are one and the same. Satchidatma only. Therefore, hereafter, I am not going to use Jivatma or Paramatma. I will use the word Satchidatma. Now, this Satchidatma is ever evident. You do not have to specially experience this Satchidatma. Now, Shankaracharya wants to say, no effort is required to specially experience Satchidatma because Satchidatma is evident in and through every particular experience. Again, to remind you of the sunlight example, now, when I have to look at this wall, I have to turn towards the direction. And when I have to see that wall, I have to turn to that direction. A special effort is required to get the experience of different objects. But suppose I want to experience the sunlight, I do not have to turn towards any particular direction because experience of every object involves the experience of sunlight. Chair experience involves light experience, book experience involves light experience. What is the proof? Proof you should not ask, but there will be a Brihaspati in the class. Therefore he asks, what is proof that light is experienced? When I experience the book, what is the proof? If light is not there, you would not have experienced the book. Thus, every particular experience presupposes the general sunlight experience. In Sanskrit we say every Vishesha Anubhava presupposes Samanya Anubhava. Samanya Anubhava is what? Light. No special effort is required to experience the light separately because you are experiencing it all the time. Vedanta says you do not require a special experience to know the Atma, the consciousness. So when you want to look at the wall, you have to turn that side. But when you want to experience consciousness, you have to look anywhere. You don't have to look anywhere. It's there all the time with you. And such Paramatma who is ever present, ever blessing you, ever evident, and that we say, we dare to say, what? I don't know. Is there a God? Is there a God? If He is there, where is He? How is He? We don't believe in that kind of God. What can we say to such people? Brihaspati. You do not require samadhi for it. Because samadhi also come to an end. That will come in the end. You do samadhi building also you must have heard. Samadhi sthanam. That will come in the end. You do not require special time, special place, special state, in and through all experiences. Consciousness is evident. So, Gadatjnanam involves consciousness. Patatjnanam involves consciousness. Kenopanishad says, Pratibodha Viditam. Matam. Therefore, do not look for Atmanubhava as a particular event in life. Do not look forward to Atmanubhava as a particular event in life. Atmanubhava is there at all times. And because of this self-evident consciousness alone, everything else becomes evident. Because of self-evident consciousness alone, everything becomes evident, and in Sanskrit this is called Sutasiddha Atma. Satyam Prakasha Atma. Swayam Prakasha Atma, Swayam Prakasha Atma. Nitya Siddha Atma. Nitya Prakasha Atma. And there is a work in Vedanta Shastra called Astamalakiyam. It is written by one of the disciples of Shankaracharya. It's called Astamalaka. And he came to Shankaracharya, and Shankaracharya asked, it seems, who are you? And he gave out 10 or 12 verses. And in all of them, the last is Sanitya Upalabdhi Surupaham Surupoham Atma. Sanitya Upalabdhi Surupaha Aham Atma. Ever evident Atma, self-evident, ever-evident consciousness I am, who illumine my body, my mind, my sense organs. Shankaracharya said, it seems, why should you become my disciple? I do not have any work anymore. And therefore, he gave him the title Hasta Amlaka. Hasta Amlaka. The one for whom Atma is crystal clear. Like what? Amla flower. Amla flower. Ala fruit. This is very expensive in our Patel. This small packet, $12 something. They suddenly discovered people like it. Hair coloring also they use. I discovered slowly. Somebody was telling me, why don't you use that? I said, I don't need it. If it become white, okay. Now, this is being described in this shloka, which we will see next class. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Hari Om. Hari Om.